come to a lot of Shockwaves. He plays from Corrin to Cloud. I think he has a Lucina as well. But is he possibly playing Ike?
No, I think that is just left over from
the last game?
From the last
okay.
games. Because if I remember correctly, Conrad is a Cloud player.
Yeah, so he's been playing a lot of Corrin recently.
Okay.
Yeah, so I guess he has another character possibly. I will maybe see.
We'll see.
But he's been going around between Cloud, Corrin. I think he also has like a Lucina as well. So he likes the sword characters, if you couldn't tell.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think C2 is actually a Rosalina.
Okay. Yeah, and in DFW we have a quite. He's playing Bayonetta. I mean, why
okay,
not?
so normally he's a Rosalina, but today the Bayonetta. That's what I've heard. I've heard whispers.
The whispers may tell lies or truths. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But is this tag Flareon?
Yeah. Flareon is definitely Conrad.
Just so you guys know, Flareon is a trash Pokemon. It is just a solid fire typing, and it does not have good stats at all.
It has a good attack stat that it could not take advantage of until Gen 6 when it finally got Flare Blitz, and then by the time Gen 6 rolled around, there was a billion other better fire types.
Yeah, just why pick Flareon when you can pick, Charizard X?
Yeah. I mean, really, if you want a physical sweeper, you want Charizard X way over
right.
Flareon. Oh, poor Flareon.
Right? Poor Flareon.
See, I like to joke that some people say, back in my day, we got to pick between 3 evolutions. My joke is I picked between 2 because nobody picked Flareon.
Right? You had Jolteon and you had Vaporeon. Vaporeon was
Both
broken.
Were great.
Jolteon was really good,
really
yeah.
Good, but
what do you even...
Flareon's not.
Why pick... I mean, a lot of people like Flareon. There's like a cult of people who are like, Flareon's the best, but Flareon is probably the worst evolution.
Competitively.
Yes. Competitively, definitely.
It is adorable.
It is very
cute. Fluffy. I would love to pet one. Anyway, so we're going to go ahead and get straight into the match. Starting out on Smashville, it's going to be Cloud versus Bayonetta. So one thing to be wary of, when you're playing against Bayonetta as Cloud, it's a lot harder to actually camp for that limit because she has those guns that can kind of force the approaches, which is a big reason why I think it's kind of okay for Bayonetta to take Cloud to Smashville, even though normally it's one of his better stages for limit camping. What it looks like...
Not even going to get
Conrad
the chance.
Does not know what to do to get away from these heel slides. C2's actually been getting a good number of them.
Oh my
God, missing the tech off of that situation, did not realize that would be set up.
And he's haunted afterwards too. What an unfortunate first stock for Conrad there. Yeah, you said that, that bullet pressure would be really big, and the pressure that Bayonetta can apply can be really large, but it just seems like Conrad doesn't really know how to approach. He's fallen prey to a lot of heel slides, one after another, getting caught up in the air. He really needs to bring some patience into his play.
Heel slide normally not a safe move, and C2 isn't doing anything exceptional to make it more safe than normal. Conrad's just kind of failing to punish. Okay, at the edge of Smashville, you're dead.
Yeah.
At the edge of a stage when you get witch timed at almost any %, you can just lose it to a setup into a spike. Bayonetta is very, very good at setting those up.
Yeah. So
gotta be real careful.
I just want to point it out right now. Conrad was just so aggressive, so unnecessarily aggressive in the wrong moments. That, like you said, heel slide is a very unsafe move, especially on shield, especially like in regular neutral. If Conrad can just sit back, wait, be patient, punish these options because they are very punishable, he won't be falling prey to a lot of stuff.
So what I think is happening, that happens to a lot of players. It's actually a really, really difficult habit to fix. Is Conrad's getting hit with it on shield. He's realizing that it's punishable, but a little bit too late, and then he's going for the punish after the opportunity is passed. And that's just creating another window for C2 to punish that next whiff from Conrad.
Yeah, it's really hard to like suddenly adapt to something, that's a normal flaw that's really difficult to work on. But
I really liked the idea from Conrad to go for an immediate up B out of shield because he knows that the forward air, again, is not safe. Also great up B early limit Clim Hazard to get back on the stage. So he's making good decisions. Unfortunately, the first one did not pan out for him, and C2 was able to cross him up a little bit.
Yeah, I see a lot of Clouds on this stage. Whenever they counterpick to Battlefield, using that climb hazard to get up to the platforms and like get out of combos. And then when again he tried to play the defensive there, he ran away. But I feel like just holding shield, picking the right time in the grab, which in these certain situations it becomes difficult. But if he can pull that together, he may be looking clean. But looks like C2 actually does not finish the combo.
We saw another moment there where Conrad realized a little bit too late that C2 had gone for an unsafe heel slide, and then he whiffed that grab, running straight into the spot dodge from C2, and he was able to set up the witch twist that could have been death had he been able to finish the combo. Good wait, though, for that witch time, because Conrad had died for that for that was his last stock in the last game.
Exactly.
He back aired that witch time and ate it at 60.
Yeah, just set back and then walk forward and throw out that cross slash, which is, I'm loving that he's finally showing that patience needed, because that last stock he lost was because he threw out a back air. He got limit. He should have just waited. Received the second game. I love the adaptation.
Really, really high, very risky Clim Hazard right there. But he does get away with it, is able to force his way back onto the stage. That was potentially the nuttiest thing ever.
Oh my gosh. I actually don't know how that witch twist actually connected. He was way below him. That is dead.
No double jump that far out. You got nothing left as Cloud. He potentially could have started charging limit to see if he could get a Cloud, but he was so low, I don't think that
he probably just realized that he didn't have nearly enough time to charge a full meter. And it was just like, just throw away the stock at that point, get to your second stock, and see what you can do.
Very recently blown limit on that.
Exactly.
On that lift,
so. Opportunity goes for the downer for a possible mix-up there. Doesn't get anything out of it. Back down to the stage, and we just see, I love the patience there, though. He's finally adjusting.
No punish, though.
Yeah.
He realizes the punish there. At least he didn't go for the late punish. And
yeah, he still walked away. He didn't just throw for another hitbox out when the time was missed. And that still shows that he's adjusting. He's not being so antsy like we were seeing in the first game.
Great not burning limit right there unnecessarily.
All right, still has him on this right side. It comes from the back. I love the way that he applied pressure there, and it just seemed that C2 didn't know how to react out of shield.
So the reason he was able to pressure with back air there so strongly that he wasn't able to do it in the first game is because he'd already shown that he's cognizant that the witch time is there. He already got the first stock off of C2 by baiting out that witch time and going for the cross slash. So now he was able to throw out a couple of back airs with a little bit more safety, knowing that maybe C2 doesn't want to go for the witch time at the end of the stage.
Exactly. And he was holding shield. How quick can you throw out a witch time while you're holding shield as Bayonetta?
I mean, you can jump out of shield and counter, but it's not fast. It's definitely not fast enough to punish a well-spaced Cloud back air. Well-spaced Cloud back air is not easy to punish in general. I think if he held shield there, he might have just lost it. Shield might have broken or gotten poked by the
cross slash. Yeah, exactly. Okay, counters. Wow. How do you feel about this stage for Cloud? I feel like it can be good, but the sides just really hurt.
Yeah, the edges can be rough sometimes, but the platform layout is actually so incredibly good for Cloud's combo game. The trouble is against Bayonetta, because he didn't ban the stage, now he has to deal with the guns at all platforms, but it doesn't look like C2 is actually the campy type of Bayonetta, and that might be why Conrad opted to not ban the stage, because he realizes that C2's been going in more than willing to camp with the bullets, and that's really the biggest issue on this stage against Bayonetta for most characters.
Yeah, it was interesting. We talked at the beginning about the bullet arts being really, good in this matchup for Bayonetta, being able to space out Cloud with it, but we haven't seen C2 go for it, I don't think, at all.
Yeah, a lot more heel slides than we've seen bullet arts.
But whenever he is able to get the damage he does, he hasn't been able to seal a stock with the Fly Me to the Moon combos, I don't think, in this set so far. So, I mean, that's the one saving grace that Conrad has in keeping himself alive.
Really good patience there again, not burning limit. Good tech again, saving his life.
Yeah, gets the tech this time, unlike that first game where his stock ended because of a missed tech. Now has limit on deck, opportunity to kill Bayonetta, just one cross slash away, just needs an opening. Yeah, it's kind of back and forth here. Uses the forward air to get some space. I love that, because even if C2 had shielded, it still would have applied enough pressure for him not to get punished from it.
All right, a lot of Cloud's aerials are pretty safe on shield and well spaced, and if your opponent is running in like that, it's a lot easier for the Cloud to get the better end of it.
Still alive at 148. He needs that limit now. C2 playing really passively. He's been really aggressive most of the time.
I think some of it comes from the pressure of that limit. He realized if he touched his shield just a little bit unsafely, the limit climb hazard out of shield could have sealed the stock. So I really appreciate the patience there out of C2.
I thought he was just going to drop it down to get the kill.
Yeah, it would have been a suicide stock. Potentially not worth it if it didn't set up for the downward swing.
Exactly, and then that forward throw, second time's the charm, is going to be taking the stock now in the air, but Bayonetta has so many recovery options with that afterburner kick, with the witch twist to get back down to the stage, so he needs to choose his aerials correctly to get that stock off. Missing the back here, just barely.
Looks like Conrad is super willing actually now to start throwing out hitboxes, but not this time.
I love the delay there. He walked up and then threw out it a little bit later. Once again, the limit's not going to pull through. And here starts a combo from C2, carrying him into the sky. This may be it. Not just yet. 50%.
Still not finishing off. Missing the final hit, the most important hit, that up air in the magnifying glass. He has no jump. Okay, he does recognize this and goes for the early recovery. Smart by reversing there.
Yeah, I was actually afraid because, you know, most characters with an up special like that can't grab the stage or the ledge from behind. The guy gave me a fright. Is he going to... Goes for climb hazard.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. C2 unable to punish, but catches him with the witch twist. Can he clean up the stock?
Oh my goodness. Catches the down air, start up with the up air. That down air is a very powerful move, but it is not the quickest move in the world. It does take a bit of wind up.
Oh man, that was so nice from Conrad, realizing the position he was in and was able to throw out that up smash or up air. I don't know if I would have been able to do that.
Getting double hits of the forward air, but not going for the finisher. I wonder what C2 was setting up for with the mix up there. Getting a tech in, gets away from the jab situation. Again, spacing fair safely on the shield right there, and is putting up the pressure, but...
This has to be it, yeah. Doesn't miss the punish this time and gets the up smash to seal the stock.
Bayo is one of those characters where normally when a character's on a platform and you got those up airs set up with Cloud, it is so difficult for other characters to deal with, but Bayo can reverse the entire situation with that witch time. You got to be very careful when you're throwing those moves out.
Yeah.
Be aware that you see a shield from your opponent or wait for the option that they pick and punish, as opposed to just